Krypto.EXE OVA, Chains of Radio Husk's Gambit. By Dogde Rodriguez. Prologue. The bar at midnight. The Has-Been Hotel had become a strange sanctuary for Krypto and his family in the days since the rift dropped them into Pentagram City. Charlie's relentless optimism clashed with Hell's cynicism, but Krypto found an unlikely anchor in the bar. Husk poured whiskey with mechanical precision, wings folded, bowtie crooked. Krypto sat on his usual stool, quadruped hellhound frame making the wood groan, red cape draped over his back like a banner of another world. They had bonded over silence and strong drinks, no words needed, just the clink of glass and the low hum of jazz. Tonight, though, Husk was restless. He poured Krypto's shot, then one for himself, rare on shift. "Ever feel like you're one bad hand away from freedom?" Husk muttered, yellow eyes fixed on the bottle. Krypto's red pupils narrowed. "Every day I wore chains before Grace broke them." Husk snorted. "Grace, lucky. Mine's a radio demon with a smile that cuts deeper than teeth." He slid a small, glowing contract fragment across the bar. Alastair's sigil burned into the paper. Husk's soul bound to the Overlord after a gambling loss that cost him his Overlord status. "I've been looking for a loophole," Husk said quietly. Alastair's distracted your arrival shook him. "His power flickers when you're near. Those chains of yours, scripture right, they hum when he walks by." Krypto's gold chains glowed faintly. "Holy judgment, demonic contracts hate it." Husk leaned in. "If you could interfere, just enough to weaken the bind, not break it, Al would notice, but loosen it. Give me a shot at walking free." Krypto stared at the fragment. "This is dangerous. Contracts are binding by Hell's law. Interfering could backfire on you, on me, on the hotel." Husk's voice dropped. "I'm tired of pouring for a leash. If I die in the next extermination, I want to die free." Krypto's tail flicked once. "One attempt tonight before the angels descend." Chapter 1. The Ritual. The hotel basement was dim, lit by flickering candles and Husk's own green magic. Krypto stood in the center, chains extended like golden threads. Husk knelt before him, contract fragment in paw. Krypto's voice rumbled scripture, low, steady, from Revelation and Psalms. "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me." Psalm 23. The chains flared, golden light touched the contract sigil. Alastair's red radio symbol flickered, weakened but not broken. Husk gasped. The invisible collar around his neck loosened just a fraction. He felt air on his soul for the first time in decades. "It's working," Husk whispered. "I can feel it slipping." A crackle of static filled the room. Alastair materialized in shadow, smile wide, eyes glowing. Well, a holy hound playing with my toys." Krypto's hackles rose. "This ends now." Alastair laughed, radio distortion echoing. "You think scripture can undo a deal sealed in Hell's own ink? Charming, but the extermination starts in hours. Angels are coming, and my little pet bartender has a job to do." Husk snarled. "I'm done being your pet." Alastair's tendrils lashed out, black shadows wrapping Husk, pulling him back. The contract tightened again, the brief loosening reversed. Krypto lunged, scripture fire blazing, but Alastair vanished in static, taking Husk with him. Chapter 2. The extermination begins. Sirens wailed across Pentagram City. The sky turned red. Exorcists descended, wings white, spears holy, faces masked in rage. The hotel braced. Charlie rallied residents. Vaggie armed the defenses. Angel Dust loaded guns. Lucifer stood ready. But Husk was missing. Krypto tracked him, chains guiding him to Alastair's radio tower. Inside, Alastair had Husk bound, forcing him to broadcast propaganda to demoralize the hotel. "You see," Alastair purred, "freedom is a luxury, survival is a necessity." Krypto burst through the door, cape snapping, red pupils blazing. "Let him go." Alastair tilted his head. "Or what? You'll judge me in my own tower." Krypto howled, scripture echoing like thunder. Golden chains lashed out, wrapping Alastair's shadows, burning them. The contract flickered again. Husk felt it looser. He fought the bind, claws scraping. Exorcist spears crashed through the window. Loot led the charge, spear aimed at Krypto. Overlord Filth and a holy abomination both die today. Krypto shielded Husk, not today. Chapter 3, Survival. The tower became a battlefield. Exorcists swarmed, Krypto's heat vision lanced through armor, super breath froze spears midair, his chains burned angelic weapons. Alistair fought back shadow tentacles, radio blasts, but the scripture glow weakened his power. Husk broke free, contract loosened enough to move. He grabbed a fallen spear, stabbed an exorcist. Run, Krypto barked. They fought side by side, Husk's gambling luck turning the tide, Krypto's judgment fire clearing paths. Alistair retreated wounded, smile strained. This isn't over, puppy. The tower collapsed under angelic assault. Krypto and Husk escaped, barely crashing back to the hotel as the extermination raged. Chapter 4, Aftermath. The hotel survived barely. Lucifer's intervention turned the tide, Adam fell, the angels retreated. Husk sat in the ruined bar, pouring a shot with shaking paws. The contract was still there, looser, frayed but intact. Krypto sat beside him. I almost had it, Husk muttered, freedom. Krypto's chains glowed softly. You survived, that's a start, freedom comes in steps. Husk clinked glasses, to surviving. To surviving. Outside, the red sky faded to dawn. The chains were weakened. The war wasn't over. But for one night, Husk had tasted air on his soul. End of OVA.
That's all, Zipsters! Like and subscribe.